too blind to see the Messiah. Are you weary? Are you tired? Running on empty, feeling the fire. The devil is a liar. The story's already written. Children, you are forgiven. Yeah, ain't nothing you could do for you to change that. And everything you did, he erased that. Yeah, he took it on, threw it in the wasteland. Freedom, don't it feel good? 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 Big up to our Father. If you call upon him, him answer. All we need are the begotten son, the pastor. The dead resurrected, the devil tried to test it, him lost. Him lose again, head bruise again. Sweat, blood, tears upon the cross, did you know he paid the cost? For it. Work over, north, west, south and east. Easter, Sunday, bun and cheese. Good Friday, fish and barney. One table and one family. All of the times when cry from the outside. God should not worry about him, I love abundant till stay mine. Freedom, don't it feel good? Freedom, don't it feel good? Freedom, don't it feel good? Freedom, don't it feel good?
Pitch Radio, coming to you live from Africa. One nation. Hela yalo.
Yo, you are listening to Pitch Radio.
Right, look at the time exactly. It just went 3 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to the Morning Joint, and we just entered the elevator on the Morning Joint this morning, the 7th of July 2021. Before we talk to Tato, let's look at the economic indicators brought to you by the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and publicized by IRIS. The rand against the dollar, we're trading at 14 rands and 36 cents this morning, and it's down by 0.7%. The rand against the pound is at 19 rands and 82 cents, down by 0.4%. Against the euro, we're at 16 rands and 98 cents. We're down by 0.4%. And against the Aussie dollar, the rand is trading at 10 rands and 76 cents. It's down by 0.2%. Against the Japan yen, we're still at 13 cents and it's down by 1%. Let's look at now the commodities. The gold ounce is at 1,797 US dollars and 15 cents. It's actually up by 0.3%, and the platinum ounce will cost you 1,096 US dollars and 50 cents. It's down by 0.6%. And the price of the Brent crude oil, it's up by 1.3%, and it's at 77 US dollars and 16 cents per barrel. That's how much it is. It's above it's about 75 now. Above 75 US dollar market means petrol price might increase pretty soon. We'll be looking at that development. Right, let's now look at the indexes, the JSE indexes. The top 40 is down by 0.5% at 59,757. The all share is at, it's also down by 0.5%. It's at 65,850. The resource 10 is down by 1.6%, and it's at 64,273. The industrial 25 is at 85,106. It's up by 0.1%. And let's look at the financials. The financial index 15, financials 15 is down by 0.2% at 13,049. So those are your economic indicators. as the markets will open now at Johannesburg Stock Exchange in Johannesburg, in Sandton, the richest square mile in the continent. Khatho, once again, welcome, my dear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how's
Yeah.
What's
Thank
good
you.
this morning? What's
Thank
good
you
this
so
morning?
much.
I see you brought a crew. What's good this morning? What's good?
Yo, yeah. I'm with gangs. I'm with the goons this morning. So, this morning, it's a beautiful morning. A lot is happening. Yeah. Have you seen that Bushiri is now in Asia? So, today, hey, it's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder
Bushiri
why
now
isn't
is
it that
celebrating.
he's been put on a red light like the Guptas on Interpol, so that they can be brought to book. I don't know what's going on, but they say money can do anything for you.
Yeah, hey, we've seen things, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hectic.
It's things like this, right? No,
So
some things you don't know if whether to laugh about them or to cry, but it doesn't
trust
help to
me,
cry. Like
trust
you
me,
just
it's always
laugh at
best
this
to
thing.
love them out. To love them out. Trust me, it's always best to give us.
Yeah.
Motswana wa tla re ba reng lesologolo ditshego.
Yeah, precisely. Precisely. Yeah. So this morning, we're gonna be tackling goals and ambition. Remember when we started the elevator show, we did say that we are about uplifting the youth, right? We are about bringing them to light, to a positive space, right? So one of the ways in which we do that, we said we are celebrating motivational themes. So the theme that we are celebrating this month is goals and ambition, right?
Goals and ambitions.
So yes, goals and ambition. So because this thing actually
when we talk
helped
about
me
goals,
reflect
I'm a layman. I'm a layman, maybe growing old as well or older.
Yeah.
What are goals?
No,
What are
no,
goals?
don't
When
worry.
somebody start when somebody start talking about goals, what are goals? Is
Goals
something
to me,
set
I'll
out to
say,
achieve, or what is it?
yeah, good. It's like a step-by-step process that you have to take, like in order for you to achieve what you have set yourself to achieve, what you out to achieve, what you want to achieve. So there's things that you want to do in your life, right?
Yeah.
There's things that you want to do in your life. So goal setting is actually a blueprint helping you achieve what you want to achieve. So a goal is what you ultimately achieve at the end of that process.
Okay, cool. I hear you.
So yeah, goal setting allows you to like reach what you out to achieve, like achieve what you out to achieve.
Okay,
so
cool.
we're going to be talking
when you say that, it means there are milestones towards achieving your goal, either small or big, but there are milestones towards achieving that goal. Is that true?
Yes.
And
it's
is
true.
there a point in life where somebody said, no, I'm done, my goals are here, I have them, there are 5 goals that I've achieved, I'm done? Is there a point in life where people could come to that conclusion, maybe?
I don't think so, because I feel like human beings are a continuous project. So
yeah,
you are constantly learning, you are constantly unfolding, right? So there will be no point whereby you say, I've attained all my goals. Human beings in nature, they are very competitive. They always want to attain something. They always, whether like be it a small thing, saying you want to pay your child's school fees by the end of June, right? So that's a goal, right? You want to lose weight. That's a goal, right? You always looking at improving yourself. You're always looking at improving how you do things. So this is why it's important for you to actually set your goals. So without excluding my guest here, I'm surrounded by very, very powerful men today. I feel safe even. I feel surrounded.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, I feel surrounded.
Yeah.
I feel surrounded. So with us today,
in this case, you are a thorn amongst what? The trees.
Come again?
You are a thorn amongst the trees, right? There are no roses here.
Yes.
Cool.
In this case, in this particular case.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah. So today, with me, I'm with Sibusiso and with Khatho. So Sibusiso is just one of those people who are very reserved, but then their work is very loud. You know, like his works. He doesn't talk much. You just see him executing. You just see him doing things, doing big things, and that's when you'll get to know him. That's how you get to recognize him. He doesn't fight. He doesn't like usually fight to be recognized, but then you see with his works, you know, talk cheap, man. So he's just one of the people who truly defines that, like that talk is cheap. You just see him achieving, throwing achievements at your face. So Sibusiso, welcome, man. Is Sibusiso with us?
Yes, I am.
Yes, man. Welcome, man.
Yo, Boo, welcome to the morning joint, man. How you doing?
Oh, hey, morning. I'm well, thanks, and yourself. Thank you for that intro, Khatho. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, man. I'm truly inspired by you. And then our other guest is go by the name of Khatho. We just met like literally 3 months ago, and the first time we met, he just struck me as like a motivational speaker, because that's how he is. That's how he talks. Like everything that he talks is like positive. You cannot. He's one of the people you cannot take. You cannot take him down. Like there's nothing that you gotta say to Khatho that's gonna like stop his goal. This man, like you can't stop him. You cannot just stop him. So yeah, his drive actually like pushes me to greater heights. Khatho, welcome, man. Khatho
is frying eggs. He's probably putting on the kettle to make coffee as well. Khatho, go there.
Oh, all right. I suppose he'll be with us just now. So
no problem.
So yeah, yeah. Those are the people that are gonna be joining us today, right? With our goals and ambition themes. So if in the meantime, maybe Sbu can also help us unpack how does it feel like what are goals, Sbu? What does goal mean to you? And how has they shaped the kind of person you are today?
All right. I think you gave a brief explanation of it. Khatho is there. This video is playing there. I think he probably muted himself earlier on. But yeah, as you have said, to me, I feel like they are a desired output. They are a desired destination. You know, we as people, we live with purpose. You know, we need to be, especially with the young people now coming up, we need to be young people with purpose, living towards a specific goal. You know, we cannot just exist in life as though, you know, there's no common purpose that God created us for. So these goals, they actually give you purpose in life, where you would now set yourself, for example, you want to be a radio host, you know, and each and every day you would live your life in a way that projects towards that goal. You know, you would live your life in a manner that runs or pushes you. With ambition comes drive. You know, ambition is the car that actually takes you to that desired output or takes you to that destination that you want to get to. So every day you put into that goal, you put into that drive, you put the fuel that gets you there. You know, you put the oil, you put the water into that engine that drives you towards your destination.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, that was a handful. That was quite a handful explanation, man. Busiso, I hear you, man. Like, those are very wise words, man. So, Busiso, I can see that you are, and I know that you are an entrepreneur, right? Um,
Yes.
I know that you're an entrepreneur. So, can you just take us a little through your journey as an entrepreneur? Why did you decide to start the business that you are in right now? Can you just take us through that? Like, what motivated you? What drove you
And,
to want to start a
and maybe
business?
Tato, just to elaborate on that question, he can also tell us what is it that he's doing and how did he, choose that particular sector?
Mm,
But I think entrepreneurship chose me, you know, instead of me saying that I.
woo,
I
yeah.
think I started doing business at a very young age. I remember, if I recall correctly, when I was, I think, 6 years old, I used to sell well, one of those ice cubes. You see those ice cubes when you dash, and then what you look at ice cubes, basically ice cubes. So
Mm,
I would buy two eight beer cola and then mix it up and then make cola ice cubes. You know,
mm,
at the age of 6, and I would sell them for 5 cents at the time. You know, and I remember just near my gate, they some of my friends would queue just to come and get those ice cubes. So I think more than anything, it actually chose me. And you know, throughout my journey in life, I had, you know, multiple businesses. Most of them have failed, you know, but there's lessons in every failed business opportunity, you know. So currently I am into chickens and eggs. So
mm,
I basically sell eggs, you know, and chickens. So I started in 2019. I qualified as a diesel mechanic in 20, I think it was 2016. And then as I wanted to go into the employment sector, I think I just got demotivated and I decided, you know what, let me just do business. So I got into the meter taxi business, which happened for roughly, I think, 2 to 3 years up until 2019. And then
mm,
I rolled a TUT to study what I'm studying now. So obviously,
mm,
getting used to having income from the meter taxi, I then, you know, came up with the plan to get more income, to get extra income. Now that I won't be able to go into the taxi industry anymore because of studies, let me just sell eggs, you know. And to my surprise, it's really something that I grew into and I fell in love with, and I feel like it's an all seasonal business. You know, it's gotten to a point where I start seeing myself owning a poultry one day, you know, obviously taking small steps into that, you know, as you have said, that I'm more of an executor than a talker. So everything is just in process, but that is what I do most. I just go day on, day in, day out, selling eggs and chickens and trying to give people the best eggs of the highest quality and freshness.
mm, 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 mm. Yeah, wow, wow. Hey, some stories are so inspiring, man. I mean, at the age of 6, you had already started thinking about um providing a service. Like, yeah, I agree with you when you say that entrepreneurship actually chose you, because I suppose at that age you're not even aware of yourself, of your strengths. Particularly, you don't know what you are strong at and what you are good at, right? You still
Yes,
sort of like getting guidance from your parents and
definitely.
your teachers, right, at that point. But then that thing just grew inside of you, and it cultivated into what you are today. So it's yours. It's very inspiring, man. So in your, you saying now you are into the eggs business, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if you can just like take us through, like, what are your short-term goals, like what are your short-term goals?
Um, I I think the short-term goals that I have eventually build up to the long-term goals. Short-term goals is basically meeting targets week in, week out, making sure that you meet demand and you forecast into your weekly demand. So making sure that you provide fresh eggs to people that they don't have to complain about, and also making sure that your demand grows. I think I utilize most of Excel in drafting out my demand and also how much I make on a weekly basis. So with week in, week out, what I do most is that I just want to meet demand and I look into how much did I sell this week? How much can I sell next week? What can I do to be in a position where I'm selling more than what I did sell this week, And just in the process. I'm in the process now of getting chicks. So that is part of the short term goals. So it's just in and around building a structure for those chicks, getting their feed, getting what they have to eat. It's just they build into the long-term goals of having a well-built structure where future generations of the Mahlangu clan can now come and say, grandfather, I want to have a job at your firm. I want to incorporate most of the things that I studied into this firm. So yeah, that the short-term goals are that, and they build into um, the long-term goals that I want to have for the business.
Wow. So the future is safe. The future is safe. The country is
The,
safe. That's what you say.
the country is safe in terms of chickens and eggs. All supermarkets are safe. They just have to
Mm.
give me some season in, season out.
Eh,
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I mean,
Tato, if
you
I might just
deserve the
jump in
space
there.
in the market.
If I may just jump in there,
Yeah.
you know, I live in a farm, and when he's talking about chicken and eggs, I'm like, what's your capacity at the moment, Boo? How many chickens do you have, and what's your output in a day? Maybe just to get a clarity, you know, so that it makes sense to even the person who's listening at the moment. How much can you produce? Can you take out? And when are you selling your chickens? How long do you have a chicken for, and when do you decide to sell it?
It runs. I'm currently just juggling school and the business. So obviously the priority would be school. So whenever I have off time, that's when I actually invest time into the business. But
Oh,
on
cool.
roughly we sell roughly a box of 12 to 15 trays of eggs a day. I think
Oh, that's
minimum
cool.
would be 12. It varies from yeah, yeah, it varies from 10 to 12 on month end. I think on month end it goes over a box. And with chickens, it's not that much. It could be 2, 3 because most of them we outsource. They really time consuming in terms of getting them and the and
Yeah.
selling them to customers. So yeah, so eggs are easy to manage and to distribute, especially looking at the academics on hand.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And how's the feedlot? How are you managing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
feedlot? Is it you know, I've got cattle here. I've got sheep. Um, but they mostly do grazing on the field, like on the grass. And now that the harvesting has taken
Yes.
place, I throw them inside, the fields to finish off what actually was left in the fields.
Yeah.
How is your feeding your feedlot going?
We manage roughly with the chickens. I think I buy 50 kilograms a month for
Oh
the
yeah,
chickens to feed on. So I basically alternate from one feed to another, trying to test out the best feed for the chickens. You
yeah,
see the feed in terms of the color of the eggs. When you
yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
change, sometimes it becomes more brown, sometimes it becomes a bit whiter.
Yeah.
So it's still trial run, as I've said, that we only started in 2019, and it's just over a year now, just over 2 years now,
Yeah.
and trying to give customers the best eggs and chickens they could be.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tato?
Yeah. So this is so like your story is very inspiring, man. It's compelling. I hope like you pass that skill to the upcoming generation, the next generation, as you are saying. And we appreciate you. We appreciate your work, your energy is very important for the youth. You are an inspiration to your fellow youth out there, and I am truly inspired, man. Like let's just chat to Kato here and let us hear what he has to say to us. Kato, are you there, my man?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning.
Yeah. We're
Morning,
glad.
Kay.
Welcome to the Elevator Show.
Yeah, it's a great honor to join you guys this morning on the morning joint, and I'm looking forward to a productive talk and a fruitful one. Thank you.
Yes, man, of course. I mean, Kato, I don't know how many businesses you own, right? I don't know how you do that. To manage one business is very challenging for me. So I want to learn from you. I want to hear from you.
Like,
How do you manage multiple businesses at the same time? What kind of businesses are you currently in? And
yeah,
just tell us how you manage each one of those. Like, how do you split your time? How do you set goals for one and without compromising the goals that you want to set for the other one? Because I mean, I know with goals, it's also discipline. The discipline has to also take part there. Like, it takes a huge part. If you setting a certain goal, you can easily deviate from it and try and give up on it, right, without following through.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it can actually take you a longer time than you anticipated. And
yeah,
you constantly need to come back and recalibrate to say, okay, this were the goals that I set for myself. How far am I from reaching that goal? So how do you do that? How do you set targets for all your companies and achieving them? Wow, hey, just take us through, bro.
Well, your first question was how many business am I currently involved on? Currently, I'm in 3 businesses. Yes. By saying 3 businesses, those businesses are not focused on one thing. Like for one, first business, I have an agency company for talents called Flat Dynasty. Flat Dynasty is an agency that recruits undiscovered talents. We groom them, we give exposure to them while building their potentials, moreover, preparing them for their respective careers. That was the first one, you know. And then the second one, I have a school. Yes, I have a primary school that's fortunately next year we are hoping to move to an high school. We are still working on that. And then lastly, I have a roofing sheet. There is a sort of roofing sheets that are being introduced into the world. As you know, we're moving to fourth industrial revolution. There is a change